Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Marilyn Darling Show, and welcome to another episode of an ink review. Today we are looking at a bluish ink from Private Reserve. Why did you turn yellow? Sir, you're jaundiced. Oh my goodness. So, I don't know why this is... Oh my god. Oh my god. Please no, not that. So, there is something funky going on. I don't know what's happening. Okay, I don't know what's going on, so I am going to, what in the hell is going on? Why is this purple? Oh my god, Becky. Oh, there, that's better. Oh, that's much better. Well, if I just pump up the saturation just a little tiny bit at a time, because that was way too yellow. I don't know what's going on with my tools today. I'm so sorry. Well, today's ink is Private Reserve Midnight Blue. Oh, this is all wrong. I have to figure this out. Okay, well that's just gonna have to do for now. I think that's pretty accurate to how I'm seeing it. Maybe if I bump up the light just a little bit. Oh, that's perfect. That's the exact color that I'm looking at, I think. Let's go over to YouTube and make sure everything looks normal. Yeah, that looks way more normal. What about this down here? Does that look accurate? Yes, that does look accurate. Okay, so now that I have all my marbles together, this is our ink of the day. This is Private Reserve Midnight Blue. It's kind of different shaded when it's lighter. And then here is our ink swatch, and here is our ink swatch and water resistance that shows this has lots of water resistance once it's dry. So I would totally feel comfortable putting this on the outside of an envelope for not fear that it will wash away. Today's pen, we will be using the Sailor Pro Gear Slim in Midnight Midnight Sky, I think it's called. Thanks go out to Amy Alphabet for providing the pen for review. It's very nice. It's a hard medium nib. Here is our ink splotch toilet paper chromatography. I see gray. That's kind of like the gray that's sticking behind on this ink swatch. There's like a gray permanent bit, and then a blue, and then like a bright magenta color around the outside, which is really cool. And here is our ink splotch painting for the day. Very nice indeed. Okay, let's do a small writing sample. So this is, alright, this is Private Reserve. We're doing a lot of Private Reserve lately. Private Reserve Midnight Blue. And this is a fast dry ink. Let's see. Immediate 1 iana, 2 iana, 3 iana, 4 iana, 5 iana. It's 5 seconds. 1 iana, 2 iana, 3 iana, 4 iana, 5 iana, 6 iana, 7 iana, 8, 9, 10. After 10 seconds, it's almost dry. $11, $12, $13, $14, $15. It's completely dry after 15 seconds. That's pretty good for CVS caliber notebook paper. So, there you go. Do I have enough to do a little calligraphy sample? Okay. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right. So you can do a little bit of calligraphy with it. It does change the color or saturation of the ink. You can kind of see that you can read a little more of the color in this part, but not so much in the calligraphy because it puts down a thick line of ink. But you can see those hairlines though, which is nice. Okay, let's do a little paper review, shall we? Oops, but first let me share this with our friends so that they can come and hang out with us too. Almost forgot. Share, embed code, copy, post to Facebook, post to Tumblr, post to Blogger, post to Twitter, post to LinkedIn, post to Pinterest, and post to my personal Reddit. Okay, so let's do some paper review, shall we? Okay, let's do some paper review. This is the Pen and Gear Memo book from Walmart.com. There is no feathering, no bleeding, minimal amount of ghosting. Ooh. This is lightweight traveler's notebook paper. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Super lightweight traveler's notebook paper. No feathering, a little bit of ghosting. This is Field Notes Journal. No feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This says Moleskin 70 GSM. It is feathering into the page, and it did bleed through the page. And again, most inks bleed through moleskin. This is Fabriano EcoQua 85 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. This is Ayush 100 GSM paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. I'm gonna do that there. This is Leuchtturm 1917 dark red. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is Midori MD paper. No feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. 52 GSM Tomoe River. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. A little bit of ghosting. Cosmo Air Light 75 GSM. A little bit of spread. No bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is a journal from the Dollar Tree. No feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. This is Maramon Masani 80 GSM dark red. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. This is Oxford Optic paper. No feathering. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is B7 Bulky from Danica 58. 75 GSM paper. No feathering, a little bit of bleeding, tiny bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Clairefontaine 90 GSM. no feathering, no bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Exceed 100 GSM heavyweight paper from Walmart.com. A little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Up and Up Wide Rule composition book from Target.com. No feathering. Looks like it's trying to bleed through, a little bit of seepage, but not much. A little bit of ghosting. True Red composition book from Staples.com. Tiny little bit of spread in some places. Little bit of bleeding, little bit of ghosting. This is Apica notebook paper, 81.4 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, tiny bit of ghosting. This is the Nanami 7 Seas 68 GSM Tomoe River. No feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. Ronia Dot Pad 80 GSM. No feathering, no bleeding, a little tiny hint of ghosting. Where did I put it? Midnight Blue. This is Artist Loft 100 GSM paper. No feathering. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Buffet handmade paper from Italy. Ooh, feather like a chicken. No bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. U-Style notebook paper. I don't see any feathering, but it did bleed a little bit through the page. This is Sheffield Home Paper Goods. A little bit of feathering, a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. CVS Caliber notebook paper. No feathering, no bleeding, no ghosting. Hi Will, how are you doing today? Are you having a nice day? Oxford notebook paper. How you been? How you been? Oh. No bleeding, no ghosting. Mead wide ruled notebook paper. A little bit of spread. Ooh, bled through the page. Everything bleeds through Mead. 5-star notebook paper. Oi. Feather like a chicken. Bled through the page. This is speckled notebook paper. No feathering, no bleeding, barely any ghosting. I'm alright, hanging in there. Had a little bout of high blood pressure, but I think I got everything under control. I go to see the doctor on the 6th, and then hopefully I can go back to work for the next month, and then I will probably be trying to see if I can apply for early retirement. Alright, there is a little bit of feathering. I'm sorry, did I mention this is HP Premium 32-pound copy paper? There was a little bit of spread, but minimal amount of bleeding, barely any bleeding, only a tiny bit of ghosting. This is Akabe cross-section pad. Oh, thank you. A little bit of spread. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. This is JNB Copperplate Graph Pad from JohnNeilBooks.com. Been recovering from shoulder replacement. Getting more flexy. Oh, that's good. Yeah, having parts replaced is very difficult. I hope you had some good help out there. Because, especially now because it's so hot. It's no fun to do anything, especially when your shoulder hurts. But hopefully in the next couple of weeks you'll be back to harassing everyone just like you've always done. Just kidding. Alright. Having home therapy been a blessing. Oh, that's good. I'm so glad. This is JNB Copperplate Graph Pad from JohnNeilBooks.com. I don't really see any feathering. A little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. Oop, I hit my face. There it is. There I are. How's that? Scary enough for you? Alright. I'm all in from the hot. I went out today. I went to the antique shop. And nobody told me that it was going to be like going to Disneyland, but for old people. Last but not least, this is original Crown Mill 100 GSM paper. There's just a little spread in some places, and a little bit of bleeding, a little bit of ghosting. I swear to God, I walked in there, and I thought to myself, the first thing that I thought to myself was, oh, I am so grateful. I am so grateful that my grandmother never came to these places, because she would have walked in with her fat old checkbook and be like, how much? And they would have been like, how much for what? She would have said, the store. Because it was like knickknacks 2000. Like, it was really knickknacky in there. Knickknack, paddywhack. Give a grandmother a checkbook and watch out. I busted it A100 here for... Oh, God. Poor thing. Yeah, it's 90 degrees here. It was 90 degrees today at 1 o'clock. And it was muggy. It was a little bit overcast, which is like the worst, you know, because then you get like, you feel like you're wearing a coat of butter, and it's 42% humidity. Let me tell you. No oil needed, just bacon sun. Yes, it's a sauna, exactly. It's not as bad as the East Coast, though. The East Coast has it the worst. Oh my God, it's like, it is so thick you can see the air. That's how thick it is. Okay. Let's do a little comparison panel. See where the zinc lies. Okay, I think that this is going to be a teal ink. Do you find the Private Reserve ink a bit dry? Well, this is supposed to be a fast drying. I need to put that on here. Fast dry. This in particular ink is rather a little dry because it's supposed to be a fast dry ink. But I don't have any problems, and I'm using a Sailor Pro Gear Slim in Midnight Sky, with a hard medium nib, and I don't have any problems with it. Doesn't seem too dry coming out of the pen. I mean, it's supposed to be a fast dry, so I don't know. Alright, let's take a look at some inks now. These are going to be all over the place, I can tell you right now, because of the contrast and the weird issues I'm having with the I'm going to try and bump up the saturation just a little bit. Okay, that looks better. So we're gonna see how this goes. This is Midnight Blue next to Black Ice, Birmingham Cerulean, Troublemaker Abalone. No, Kiwi Inks Nebula Space Kitty. This one's more green. Let's see if I can bump up the light so you can see. Oh, you can't tell. In the there, now you can see in the swatch how it's kind of green. But if you didn't bump up the contrast way up there, you'd never know. See, it looks black. That's kind of how it looks. That's about how it looks in real. Well, let's see. That's about how it looks in real life. Alright, this is Quantum Teal, Yomogi Ham, Sydney Darling Harbor, Blue Suede, Sio Row, Oil Beetle, Teal, Shinki Ji, Abana Southern Night, Wicked Witch, Medium Nib, you love it. Well, I am not a fan of mine. If you know of anybody who works on Sailor Nibs, let me know, because the one that I have, I'm going to end up grinding it down, because it's not good. Kalang, Tropical Glow, Amazonite, Agave, Alanine, Electric Patina. This one's in the ballpark. California, Blizzard Twinkle, Black Ivy, Garland, Petrol, Nautical Highway. I don't know. I think I'm really off, because none of these look even anywhere close to this swatch. Yeah, I'm way off. Like, none of these even come close. Atlantic Blue. Serendipity, this one's kind of, no. Christine is like way dark. Okay, so I don't know where I am. Let me see. Try some dark blues. Okay, Sydney Harbor Blue is a little lighter, but in the same ballpark. Mike Matsuyama, yes. Flying Squid Blue, Steel Blue, Ralph Waldo Emerson Twilight Blue, Majestic Blue. This one's kind of close. No. Diamond Herbert's kind of close, even though it's darker. Silent Night, Ioguro, Stargazer. Upon a Star's kind of close. Blue Blood, Skull and Roses, She Machine, Black Blue, Stars and Stripes, Columbia Blue Copper, Twisby Midnight Blue, Diamond Deep Dark Blue, Hell's Bells, Bloody breaks it. Cenote. Diatrament is dark blue. This one's kind of close. And Blue Velvet Cake is kind of close. I probably butchered this spelling. That's okay, Masayama. Alexa, stop. Masayama. Yeah, this one's a really difficult ink to find a color for because it's dark. But it's like a dark teal blue. Anyway. This one was a gift from pen friend Amy Alphabet, and it writes fine. It's just fine. But the Wicked Witch of the West that was gifted to me by pen friend. Oh my god, I'm spacing right now. No, don't tell me. At any rate, the Wicked Witch of the West that I have is like super duper scratchy in all ways. It's like somebody didn't even try when they put that nib on. I don't know. And like I can't send it back to Sailor because I've already worked on it. So anyway. I just don't like Sailor nibs. I'm thinking about asking somebody if they could just like re-tip the whole thing, because I don't want to do it. I don't want it to be a Sailor tip. I want it to be a Yovo tip. And make it have a nice, smooth, glassy, smooth writing surface, because currently I am not a fan. I don't like Sailor. I have 3 of their pens now. 3 of them were all gifts, but I gotta tell you right now, I wouldn't go out of my way to spend money on these. They write like you're writing on a piece of cardboard. That's exactly what they feel like. They feel like you're writing on a piece of cardboard or like nails on a chalkboard. Anyway, I'm done complaining. I'm grateful. I'm totally grateful to anybody who wants to send me things. I'm super grateful. But I'm just letting you all know that I wouldn't spend my pennies on it. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. What did you guys think of today's review? Are you guys thinking thoughts about getting this ink? Do you have this ink? What do you think about this ink? Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to check out the links in the doobly-doo to my new website. Let me know what you think about that. Go check out the Patreon, because I'm going to be starting a calligraphy class on the 1st of August. And go check out the 3rd link in the doobly-doo to save 10% off your next order to Pen Boutique. You have until the 5th of August, and then the deal goes away. So, check out the links in the doobly-doo to save money and to share your opinions with me. It would mean ever so much. That's all I have for today. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I hope that you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the little bell. Make sure it's set to all so when I upload new content, YouTube notifies you. And I will be back very soon with another video. So, take care until then. Oh, love you, bye. Have a great day. I will be back in a little bit with a currently inked pens. Okay, bye.